Hello and
Hello.
welcome to our channel. How
Hello.
are you?
Fine.
Now, can you tell me a little bit about you? For example, your name, where you are from.
Okay. My name is Mohammed Al-Barbir. I am from Egypt and I am an English teacher.
So, your name is Mohammed and you're from Egypt. What country is next to Egypt to help our listeners to understand?
What? Mm, Jordan, Libya,
Jordan. Did you
Saudi Arabia.
say? Right, okay. Um, And when did you start to learn English? Can you remember the very first time you started to learn English?
Yeah. First time I started learning English in school, in primary school, I think that. But I was studying English to um, to um,
So, how old were you when you were in primary school?
old. I
6,
was
7.
seven. Yeah, I was 7 years old.
So, you were started when you were 7 years old in primary school. And
But
what kind of lessons did you have? Traditional lessons?
I was studying English as a subject, and not it was not my favorite subject. I study it because forced.
Yes.
It's forced. Okay. Then
Yeah.
when I study at Faculty of Education, I choose to English department. And when I studied poetry, criticism, and so on, translation, conversation, I be um, I found English is exciting
Right.
and
So
try
when
to.
you very first started, you didn't really enjoy it. It was an
Yeah,
obligation. It was part of your studies. It was
yeah,
something you had to do. But then later on, when you were older, you started to study different parts of English, like poems, songs, etc. And then you
yeah,
felt like you enjoyed it. When was the first
yeah.
time you spoke English? When was the first time you spoke English?
3 years ago, I think that because it's hard or difficult to find someone to practice English with them.
Right, so let's see if I understand. You were at school and you did reading and writing at school in English, but you didn't do speaking.
They, in schools, they focus on grammar, vocabs, writing, but didn't focus on listening or speaking.
Speaking.
Yeah,
So you did vocabulary, grammar, and writing. That's what they
yeah,
focus on at school. But you never
yeah,
did listening and speaking. How sad, no? That
yeah.
you never did listening and speaking. So the first time you did listening, when was that? When did you do your
Um,
first listening or speaking?
when I start studying at Faculty of Education, and study drama, criticism. So I had to listen to the poem and listen to the stories because I studied novels, see the movies about novels and so
Right.
on.
So how old were you when you started the second part of your journey with listening and speaking? How old were you about?
Um, 18 years old, I think that 18.
18.
No, 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 19. Yeah,
Wow.
19.
So you were a mature student. So you were at university or college when you started to listen and speak to English, right? So more difficult, I think, from my point of view,
Yeah,
because it's easier if you are young I mean, a young child, if you do that. And can you remember the first things that you said in English?
The first thing, what? I can't
You
hear you.
said in English. The
The
first kind
first,
of
the
things
first time
what kind of things
you
did you
think,
say in English?
think in English.
What did you say? Like, what is your name? How old are you? What did you start with?
When as I said 3 years ago, when I started to talk to someone, to native speaker, started to talk to someone who live in USA, and ask me about my name, my age, my study, like
Mm.
that.
So very basic
Mm.
English, no basic conversation. And what do you find most difficult about learning English?
Uh, Most difficult, I think there are some exception in that's complicated with no reason, with no answers.
Some
Uh,
expressions, some idioms, maybe. But for
no, no, not
example, not idioms.
in grammar. In grammar,
Oh, yes, it's very complicated in the sense they say to you, no, it's just that way. There are no explanations, no? There are no rules. You just have to learn it, no? So you prefer that there is an explanation of why. So there are four skills in learning English: writing,
yeah.
reading, listening, and speaking. Which is the most difficult for you?
Most difficult. Um, Wait. Mm, I think reading, because I want I am not good at intonation or rhythm.
Reading, right?
Rhythm in
Rhythm
rhythm. Yeah.
and intonation. All right. So when you are speaking, you don't put the intonation in the
To
right place. You don't have the right rhythm. Yes, but that's when you get to a higher level, no? When you need to worry about that. But in general, what is the hardest thing for you to do?
but I am not my level is P2, or yeah, is a little
Yes,
bit.
but which do you find more difficult when you are practicing English to do?
Um, Wait, when I practice in English, the most difficult thing, I forget a lot of many vocabs, because I didn't practice very much. I didn't practice a lot
Yeah.
with
So you
people.
find to remember vocabulary in the right moment difficult because you have
Yeah,
forgotten it. And
yeah.
you realize that it's because you haven't practiced the vocabulary enough. You need to practice the same
Be-
words more. And what is the easiest thing for you?
Easiest thing, uh, writing, of course, because we study writing, because the teachers focus on writing in schools.
Right. So writing is the easiest thing for you. And maybe speaking with
Yeah,
intonation and rhythm is the most difficult thing. Yes, because depends where you come from, you go up or you use a different rhythm. So now,
there are down.
sorry.
Mm. There are up and down in sentence.
Yes, for example, when you do a
I
question, you go, what is your name? So you go up at the beginning, no? And in other languages, people go up at the end. So they do it in different places. So now, what are you doing now? I think you're at university or college.
college.
College. And you are studying. What are you studying?
I study at English department.
Right, so you're studying an English degree. You're studying an English degree. And how many years is that?
Faculty of
Sorry?
four. I
Four
study at
years.
Faculty of
Right. So you are studying English for 4 years at college, and it's an English degree.
Yeah.
And what will you do when you finish your 4 years?
Try to join in many courses to improve my skills and and do my job as a teacher.
Right. My question is, do you need to do a master's to be a teacher, or that is not necessary in your country?
It's not necessary for me to do it in college, but I can do it in center.
Later.
Yeah, foreign university
Yes, but here,
in London.
uh, here they do the 4 years and then they just do 1 year of masters because it's another degree. It's another certificate. No. Um, is English important in your life?
Yeah, of course, because uh, English give me many opportunities to work and find many jobs. It depends on language
So you think it's
and
important for you for your job
yeah,
because
both.
you for your job and your personal life. And
Yeah,
what kind of job do you hope to get? What job do you hope to get?
you, mm, I don't know, but I
But you
hope
would
to
like?
work in many fields like teaching, translation, tour guide, traveling, something like that.
Okay. No, because here it's more specific. For example, you can be a teacher. To do translation, you need to do a different degree. You can't just do English, for example. A tour guide, yes, you could be a tour guide here. But depending on the degree, is what you can study. And what is the best method to learn English, do you think? Or the best
The
way?
best method to listening and reading.
Listening and reading. And how much
Yeah,
every day?
I think at least um, 1 hour.
Okay.
At least
So, and one
uh,
1 hour every day or sometimes
no, every day as a habit.
as a
Every day,
habit.
like yeah, you drink coffee every day. So listening to English and reading every day, like you do in your real life.
Right. So I always tell people at least
Yes,
30 minutes every day because people are very lazy and they don't do it, no? So I say to people at least 30 minutes. But if they do more, fantastic. And it doesn't matter what you do in English, reading, listening, practicing, it's very important. So we have decided at least an hour, but every day, no? Every day is very important. Either listening,
it,
speaking, writing, no?
the best way is speaking to foreign or to native speaker. But if you didn't found native speaker, listening on YouTube and reading.
Right. So if you can't find a native speaker to speak to, you can always use YouTube or Google to help you. So
Yeah.
to finish, what is your goal for this month? What is your goal for this month?
For this month,
Yes, with English. What is your goal? Because we should have small goals to do every week, every
yeah,
month.
uh, to improve my reading skills and listening.
Right. So you would like to improve your reading skills and listening. And how
Yeah.
are you going to do that?
Mm, by watching video about rhythm in English and try to read short story every day.
Right.
Uh,
Do you use YouTube audiobooks?
what? I can hear.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you use YouTube audiobooks?
Mm, I think it's feel boring. It's boring for me.
But you should. I think that there are different levels from 1 to 6. There are many different
But
levels.
I use a website. It's called English for a minute.
Oh, yes. Is
He,
that the BBC? The
yeah, I use
BBC.
BBC.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Good idea. So,
English
your goal for this month is to improve your speaking and your listening. Everyone should,
listening and
yes, listening and speaking. And also, you hope that everyone will practice their English for 1 hour a day. Do you know what is
yeah,
good? To look for a time in the day which is convenient for you and do it every day at the same time. So, for
yeah,
example, if 7 o'clock is a good time for you, every day it's 7 o'clock. Or if 8 o'clock, I'm saying if 8 o'clock in the morning, well,
yeah,
8 o'clock in the morning, the same time every day. That is the best way to create habit. Right. Would you like to ask me something before we finish?
um, no, I don't have a question. But what is the best way to learn English? Is this right to use different resources or depend on one resource?
Right. Okay, then. So, my opinion, and only my opinion, I think you should
Mm,
choose a few resources, not too many. So, if, for
yeah,
example, you are going to do reading, I would choose 1 or 2 books only. If you are going to do listening, find, I don't know, 3 channels that you really like and only use the 3 channels. I
mm,
think the more resources you have, the more confusing it gets. So at the beginning, you can search and look for things that you like. Once you have found them,
yeah,
you shouldn't go anywhere else because we don't focus. If we go everywhere else, we don't focus. Okay? So, Mohammed, I would like to say thank you for joining me and welcome to the channel. And I hope to see you again because now we have said welcome to you and you have joined us today for the first day. I know it's a little difficult. You get nervous, you don't know what to do, but once you have done it, it gets easier. Okay? So let's
yeah.
say goodbye to our viewers and I see you next time. Bye.